thus we have returned with the top 15 anime of 2013. Last week, yesterday, we did 15 through 11. I can't show either of those with my hands. And today we're doing 10 through 6. So, without further ado, these are part 2 of the top 15 anime series of 2013, starting with number 10. Hey, Start Dash! Love Live was amazing, and that came as a shock to me because I thought it was going to be probably terrible, because of the original premise I was reading about it. I loved it so much that I got all of these for my purse. I mean, let's just go through them right here. We have, can you see that? Yeah, that's sort of visible, I think, yeah. That's good enough. There's Nozomi. There's Rin. There's Hanayo. And there's Kotori. Umi. Honoka. Maki. Eri. And one of the most popular characters, Nico. And while it's sort of your standard average idol show in theory, they just managed to inject it with so much fun and heart that it was an enjoyable watch. Basically the story is, school is shutting down, girls don't want the school to shut down, yeah, it's Tari all over again. So in order to make the school more popular, they're going to start a school idol group, which is why I called Love Live School Idol Project. And they start the group, and they start training, and as the season goes on, it expands and things happen. I don't want to get into too many details. Second season is coming up next season, in spring. I'm looking forward to that a lot. So much, in fact, that I sang a song about season 2 on Jap episode 50, together with Michael Carey. So, yeah, Love Live was just spectacular. I loved it, and I cannot wait for season 2. Nico Nico Ni. Sorry. Number 9. Shook the camera there. Mondai Ditachi ga isekai kara kuru so desu yo. Or, as it's known in English, problem children are coming from another world, aren't they? Yeah, they both have 2 long names in both languages. So either just call it Mondai Ditachi or problem children. Either way, this show was interesting because the first episode, when I watched it the first time, I thought it was really boring. I thought it was a really boring thing. I thought it was uninteresting. It wasn't anything worth watching at all. I didn't pay attention to small details because there are some really interesting small details in the first episode, and I just didn't like it. But then the second episode came around, and I loved it. I loved the second episode. I loved the third episode. I loved the fourth episode. I loved the fifth. Kept going like that. It was the first show of I think it was spring season last year. I think it was spring season last year. It was the first show I finished in spring season last year, not just because it was a 10-episode series, because I was delayed in all the series for a bit there, because I just loved the show so much. It was amazing. The characters were really interesting. The action is some of the best action we've had. Maybe even the best No, actually, I can't say that. But some of the best action we've seen this year, well, this past year. Yes, spectacular. The music, it has one of the best soundtracks. It's such a great OP, such a great ED, and the insert songs. There's an insert song called Beauty as a Beast, I think it's called, and it's used in a couple of fight scenes, and it's the most energetic fight song I've heard in a long time. It's absolutely spectacular. If you like action, if you like fantasy adventure. Basically, the plot is 3 problem children from different time periods, which isn't really a spoiler. They mentioned that in like the 2nd or 3rd episode. You can pick up on it in the 1st episode if you're really careful with what you're looking at, which is what I mean by there being a bunch of small details. And they all have special powers, which are called gifts. And they arrive in this new fantasy world called, what is it called? I think it's called Garden something. But I can't remember the exact name right now. And in there they will perform different games as guilds, basically, in order to help rebuild the world and stuff. One of the main characters they'll have different gifts. I'm not going to spoil what the gifts are. There are 3 main characters, and then there's Kurosagi or Black Rabbit, which is sort of their leader, not their leader, but their guide throughout the garden. We really wish I could remember what the garden was called now. Oh well. But yeah, it's a spectacular show, and I think everyone should watch it. Number 8. Good Job Club came out of nowhere. It was funny, charming, sweet. It's hard to picture a show that's as goofy as Good Job Club that still manages to make you cry, like completely sob your eyes out. Good Job Club is about a club called the GJ Club, Good Job Club, in high school, who do unspecified tasks. They don't have a real club agenda, but they do a good job. And it follows the members of this club. My favorite member being Shion. She was awesome. A lot of people like Mao, the president. She's pretty damn cool as well. And it just follows their, I don't want to say average day, because it's not an average day, but their life. It's not really a slice of life show, it's more of a gag comedy. It's based on a light novel that's written as a 4-coma, which is weird, because that's never been done before as far as I know. The ending, I'm not going to say what the ending is, the ending had me in tears. And not because it's something unexpected, it's very expected, it's just done brilliantly. I will say this, in case you know about the light novel, it does end just slightly different from the light novel. Just one small detail is different. And I'm not sure which one I prefer, actually. I think I might like the light novel ending a bit more, and had it had a light novel ending, I might just have moved this up above 1 or 2 other shows. I don't know. I would have to see it be executed. But it's absolutely fantastic. I cried, I laughed, and I don't think I've really heard anyone who didn't like it. Like, some people might be indifferent towards it, but I haven't heard any negative stuff about it, so definitely check it out. Number 7. Kinmoza, or Kiniro Mosaic, became one of my favorite shows of last season. It would be fall season, no, summer season, 2013, I think. Yeah, that sounds about right. Following the two main characters, Alice and Shinobu. Alice being a girl from England, Shinobu being a girl from Japan, are both immensely interested in each other's culture and end up living together in high school. Alice a transfer student, and then of course the people around them. You have Karen, who is also a transfer student. You have Aya, my favorite. Aya is amazing. Aya is she's blue hair, she's pigtailed, she's adorable. She is probably a lesbian. although it's never outright stated, but she has enough fantasies about Yoko, another girl, that it's implied. It's not a Yuri show, it isn't. But there's one character who definitely is suggested to be a lesbian, which I think is great. I think we should have more homosexual and bisexual characters in non-Yuri yaoi fiction, because I want it to be normalized. But yeah, of course it's still played up as a joke, but it works. It's really cute. I like it a lot. The show itself is a slice of life comedy, and it doesn't really do much to surprise you. It's very straightforward. It's just done with such precise charm and quality that it's spectacular. Until the last episode, which I won't say anything about. The last episode, though, actually I'll say that last episode is split into 3 parts. First part is good but weird. Second part is not that good and it feels kind of off. Then the third and final part happens, and it sort of becomes the best thing you've ever seen. So I'm just saying that in case you're watching the third episode and you're weirded out and then feel like this isn't really good, don't stop. Don't stop. The last bit is... I cannot say a single word more. That's how great it is. Number 6. Birdo go! Gatchaman Crowds. It's another show that just came out of nowhere. With no PV, no real story or anything being told before the airing. Just popped up there and was, as I said in my review, I think, one of the smartest shows I've ever seen in, well, not ever, but in recent memory. It's hard to talk about Gatchaman Crowds without spoiling it. I know a few people hate it, and that's fine. But I loved it. I thought it was one of the most cleverly designed stories, one of the best messages I've seen in a this type of show. The characters were just amazing. And once again, I can't go into details because it spoils major aspects of those characters. I really want to talk about all the characters, but I can't. So I will just have to. Because the only way I can tell you why the characters are good is by explaining their character arcs, which is across the episodes. But it's different from the original Gatchaman. It is. But it's really good, and I highly recommend it. I think if you're expecting a superhero action show, you might be disappointed. There is superhero action in there. It's not the most common. That's not the kind of show this is. It's hard to pinpoint just what type of show it is. It's way more of a social drama than it is a action show. And if you're at all interested in a social drama with superheroes, then I recommend you to watch it. Right now. Right away. Watch it. I really do. And that's all for this part. Check back tomorrow for the last part where we go from 5 through 1. Oh, what will be number 1 or number 2? I've been so vague about it on my Twitter feed. Twitter feed? Yes, Twitter feed. You can go on to my Twitter right now. Twitter.com/Tobiichik, Tobiichik. You can watch Insomnia Quest every Friday and Saturday on twitch.tv/BossDungeon. Boss Dungeon is also the website I write news and reviews for. And, hey, yesterday we had a stream of Final Fantasy 13 too. I played that for 3.5 hours, and it was fun. I'm liking that game, which is in big contrast to the first 13. And of course, go to my blog, where recently I reviewed Golden Time, the first core, the first 12 episodes, before we kick off the new core next week. Bye!